Hey guys, so in this video, I wanted to just make a quick one on how to write email sequences that help with improving the number of meetings that you're booking with cold emails. Um, a lot of people talk about the first email, but what happens once the first email goes out? And then what happens? How do you set up the structure for the follow-up emails? How should we write them? All those kinds of things, right? And I'll just go into a little bit of detail on how we do it and what our process is in this video. So the first thing is you shouldn't be doing more than 3 emails in a sequence, right? So if someone doesn't respond to your first one, then you've got email number 2 and email number 3, and that's it. That's it. Right? You do not want to have like email 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like all of this stuff, because all it does, especially if it's all within the same thread, all it does is it reminds the prospect of why they haven't reached out to you, like responded to you. And if you're emailing for the 5th or 6th time and they see they haven't responded to you, they are so much more likely to mark you as spam rather than like delete or anything. They'll just mark you as spam. And so you get a few too many of those, and then all of a sudden you're in spam and you're not getting delivered into the inbox. So it really is as simple as that. Just keep it to 3 emails, no more than 3 emails. If you do a fourth, make sure that the fourth one is like a full final breakup email, but not like a, hey, I'm gone now, goodbye, like none of that crap. Just if you do that, keep it like really simple and say, hey, is this a priority or not? But I would tend to err on the side of 3 emails maxing. 2 emails can also work very well, especially if you've got a large TAM. But if you've got a smaller TAM, the 3 emails can work well, but just space them out a little bit more. So we normally have like 2 to 3 days between first and second, and then 3 to 4 days between second and third. Another little tip as well that we use is the first 2 emails are in the same thread. So email 1 is with the subject line, and email 2 responds to that same email if they haven't responded. But then email 3 is actually a completely new subject line, like a different subject line with a different angle. Now, this is another really important thing with these sequences, is making sure that you're not just like, hey, did you get my last email? Hey, did you get my last, like, you don't want to be like that annoying. That's just, or just like following up in that way, like, hey, just bumping this up in case you didn't see it. Like, sure, maybe they didn't see it, and that's okay to send a bump, but make sure if you do send a bump, you add some kind of value in that as well. And what I mean by value is something that shows them how you can help solve one of their problems in their process of a specific thing that you're talking about. So if you cold email, you break down the process into several components, how you can solve one of those particular things, how you help solve it for someone else, and showing them how, not telling them, but showing them. And this could be a video, this could be a case study, this could be a guide, a document, all of this kind of stuff. In the second and third emails, it can help to just try different angles. If the first email didn't resonate with them for whatever reason, and they didn't respond to it, then the second email might. So for example, for us, first email that we send is normally like a lead list. The second email will be like a case study video. And then the third email will be like AI generated ideas, basically. So completely different angles. The video always is in the follow-up because you don't want to have a video going into their inbox for the first time in terms of links. You want to have that if like that's a follow-up. You want to obviously reduce that and minimize that as much as possible, but videos can help and they're a good way to grab attention. So it's something that we're definitely testing out like a lot at the moment. So that's another thing as well, which is you want to just make sure that you are doubling down on the different angles that you use, doubling down on the offer and the value that you have in the follow-ups, and not just having a bump. If you do say, hey, did you have a chance to talk about the previous email? I thought that this could be a good addition to it. And then you send something that's a good addition to it and make sure it adds value. So a video, a case study, like all of this kind of stuff. In the third one, like I said, for what we use AI generated ideas, which is like a really good angle or differentiator because not many people are able to actually do that or know how to do that. And I've covered it in other videos, but it's a lot of people that aren't necessarily able to do that. So those are some things that you can use. Keep them spaced out by 2 to 3 days, maybe 4 days. But other than that, like, don't overcomplicate it. Don't just be asking them for a time for a meeting or any of that kind of stuff. Don't again, follow the principle of give before you ask. So give value up front before you ask. They don't know who you are. You're strangers. You literally just cold email them out of nowhere. So do those things, and then you're more likely to book in more calls. Plus, people are less likely to mark you as spam because you're not following up with like a bunch of different things. Of course, you can use like a meme. You can try different angles. You can be creative. Like those things are all good. So test, try, see what works. But this is just what's working for us at the moment, like really, really well, which is follow up with video, some kind of testimonial case study or something that helps, again, still adds value. It's not just like, hey, we do all this stuff. Like you want it to actually be like specific to how it can help them. And then the third one is, again, it could be a case study, it could be AI generated ideas, all sorts of different things. Get creative with it, but don't just give like random, hey, here's another thing. Have different angles. The first one was about trying to help them make money. The second one could be about how they could save money, right? Or how they could save time. So different ways of doing it. So I hope this video has been useful. As always, if you want to learn more about what we do, you can click one of the links in the description below, book in a call with us, and yeah, we'll speak soon. Cheers.